Hi friends, welcome to today's video. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do a Sephora haul try on. We already know the Sephora sale came and went already. It's wild that it's already that time of the year. They did a big sale for Rouge members, 20% off. VIBs got 15% off. Insiders got 10% off. If you've been watching my channel for some time, if you know me, you already know I can't let a Sephora sale come and go without actually purchasing some products. I had already purchased quite a few sets before the sale started, so this time around I did not purchase a ton of things. I did a huge purchase in the spring, and I most likely will do that again when the sale happens, which will be around March or April next year. I will probably do a big one where I include some skincare and some repurchases, restocks, but this one was quite selective, keeping it small. So we're gonna try everything on. I have done my skincare. I've got my brows already done, which I will link everything down below for you. I've got my coffee brewed and ready to go in my Yeti mug. We're gonna get started because I've got some things that I wanna talk about, share with you guys the products, and put them on and give you my thoughts on the formulas. So if that sounds good, then just continue watching. I have seen this foundation all over social media nonstop since the product launch. Of course, when a new product launches from a very popular brand, it's going to be everywhere. Every social media, it's going to be all over YouTube. But I ended up buying the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. This is a natural airbrush foundation. I ordered the shade Creme Brulee number 150G. I hope it's going to be an okay match. I was kind of going back and forth between two different shades. I honestly didn't want to buy both to try and figure it out, but I just went with 150G Creme Brulee. On the back, it also says that it has 1.5% niacinamide. So I like that they've included a skincare benefit to the product itself. It comes with a nice sort of squeeze tube like that, which is nice. And I'm gonna, well, let's put the cap back on first and give it a good shake. I've given it a good shake. Let's just go ahead and scribble this on. Okay, that doesn't look like it will be too bad. I have quite more yellow, goldeny tones through my body. So I think it'll match my neck and my chest. Let's just go ahead and blend this in. So Huda makes really good products, and I'm hoping that this is going to work out. I do like her large eyeshadow palettes. I have tried her lip liners. Her lipsticks are really great. Some of her like blush products in the past have been nice. The concealer that was one of my favorites is from Huda Beauty, and I need to actually repurchase that. It's the Faux Filter concealer. I had it in several different shades because I loved it so much. And I do need to repurchase that concealer because it's a good one. Let's go ahead and do a little bit on this side. Let's just do half. Maybe that's too much for this side. But we'll just do half and then we'll compare. This is the foundation side, and then this is just nothing, just skincare only. And I think the match is actually pretty daggone good. It matches very well, almost spot on to my neck and my chest, assuming this doesn't oxidize, of course. But I do think it looks really pretty. And even over the area where I have larger pores, if I get really close, I can still see that. Obviously, it's the texture of my skin because I didn't use a primer, so that's going to be there anyways. But it does look a little softer. It looks a little bit more blurred and not as apparent as maybe another different foundation that would have maybe settled a little bit more. So I think this is going to be a good one. And I'm excited that my first impression is a good one. I was hoping that I was going to be able to be like everybody else and say, yes, this is great. And it actually is really pretty. So I'm going to just do the other side of my face. Yay. This makes me happy. So that looks really pretty. I'm actually happy with the result of that foundation. I'm going to obviously set it with some translucent powder, do some concealer, and we're going to add some extra product on top. So I'm pretty sure this is going to wear well. I like the way it looks, how it easily blended in with a sponge. And of course I did use a little bit more with a sponge because sponges absorb product. A brush probably would have been less going on, and I may have even gotten a fuller coverage look with a brush. So I'm going to try that next time I wear the foundation. I did not purchase a new concealer, so I'm going to use one of my OG classics from my collection that I absolutely love. It's the Natasha Denona High Glam. This is one of my recommendations, always, regardless. The formula is spectacular. It blends, it has coverage, it doesn't look heavy, wears incredibly well throughout the day. In the P1 shade. I'm going to use a brush. This is one of the Nikki LaRose brushes, the N16 that she did in collaboration with BK Beauty. This is a great brush for blending in concealer right in through here. The style of this brush is perfect for making the under eye concealer look super airbrushed and smooth. If you have not tried this brush, I would definitely recommend that you do. It's a great brush to have in any collection. It's also, since we're in that gift giving season, a nice set of brushes or selected brushes individual to gift to someone for the holidays is a nice idea. And a great little stocking stuffer. The BK Beauty brand for brushes are incredible. I think I'm going to do a video soon on my favorite brushes from that brand and kind of show you them up close. Use them to do a full face. So if you're interested in that, let me know so that I can bump that video up to my top to-do list. This next product I'm super excited for. It's one of Makeup by Mario's newest launches. I did purchase the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. That launched before the sale started. I've done a video review on that. If you haven't seen it, I will link it in the cards right here. It'll take you to that video. But this next product that was part of the new launch for the brand was the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. And I ordered the shade Fair Pink. And he came out with a makeup puff sponge. I did not buy that. And also the setting spray. I skipped out on that as well. I may try that in the future, but I really wanted to try the setting powder. I have not tried this at all. I'm going to peel the seal off with my tweezers. So I'm going to take that powder and just press it. I decided to use my Sephora Collection powder puff. And I am going to use quite a bit just to do that sort of baking technique, since I plan on wearing this makeup for the whole day, for a long, long day ahead of me. I do want to make sure that everything is really well set. And I also want to see how this blurs. I feel like that's the name of the game. We're using a lot of blurring and smoothing products like the blurring powder, the Easy Blur foundation. So we'll see how all this sort of comes together. And as always, what's left on my powder puff, I'm going to just press it through the T-zone to set. I am going to be using some cream-based products, so I'm not going to set the parameters and the sides of my face, just the T-zone, which is really the primary zone of where oil production happens anyways for me. The sides of my face usually are pretty dry. Another Makeup by Mario product that I wanted to try were these little mini sets. For the holidays, Makeup by Mario launched some sets. It's, I think, 3 different color options. These are the Soft Sculpt Shaping Sticks. So you get a bronzer and you get the Soft Pop Blush Stick. So the shade range that I chose, I believe, is labeled as medium. Yeah, this says light medium. So I think it says medium on the Sephora site. So light medium in the bronzer. And for the blush, it's the Sweet Pink. I do have one of his in full size in a different shade, and I do like it. It's a really pretty kind of corally shade for summertime. So I wanted to try a different color, but I also wanted to try his bronzing sticks. He is a professional makeup artist, so if anybody's gonna make some great products and great stuff, it's a professional makeup artist, right? They work with the elite celebrities, they know their stuff, so I trust that his formulas are going to be great. I think I'm going to reach for my Sephora Pro Blush Brush. It's the number 93. I like this shape and size. I got this last year during the Sephora sale. I think this year they did bring back a set of their Pro brushes, which I always recommend those as well. They're really great, but I like the size of this because you see, it kind of fits perfectly around the temples. Even though it's a blush brush, it still works to blend out bronzer and contour. I also have the Makeup by Mario brush that's really, really good as well. That would be nice to blend this out. But that blended in pretty easily. And I feel like it kind of gave me a little hint of color there. But it also kind of, dare I say, kind of disappeared a little bit? I don't know. Did you see that? Or am I seeing things? Okay, this side is a little bit better. Maybe I blended too much. Let's try swiping my brush across and then applying a little bit more, especially on this side, my right side. I feel like I didn't get that much. Okay, there we go. That's better. And it looks pretty dark, but it's blending out nicely and it looks pretty seamless. Of course, I didn't expect any less with the Makeup by Mario brand. I'm going to try this side, swiping it and then applying it instead of doing the swipe directly like I did on my right side. Just kind of trying out and just figuring out what's going to be the best way for me to blend this in. But either way, honestly, a swipe across directly from the stick or the whole little swiping across with your brush. You can even use your fingers to place it on your face wherever you want your bronzer. Either way, it's blending out nicely and I love this color. I think the light medium is perfect. So far, everything is blending out beautifully. I'm going to go in with that mini blush in the shade Sweet Pink. And another thing to note about these minis, they are small, but it's a great way to try the formula or if you're kind of curious about it, minis are the way to go. I love a good mini. These colors are also available in their full size form in their permanent range, which is a great thing. So you don't have to feel like you're getting a limited edition color that once you finish it, you may not be able to get it, or once they discontinue the set, it's going to be hard to find. So I like that. And again, that's that sweet pink for the blush, and it looks like that. It looks like a bit of a deeper kind of corally shade. Let's swatch it. So that's that shade. That's that sweet pink. Let me swatch the bronzer so you can see it a little bit better on the back of my hand. And they do have a nice kind of creamy texture. The bronzer is a little bit of a soft kind of velvety, smooth finish where it's not super glowy and dewy. The blush itself has a little bit more of a creamy feel to it, and you may be able to see it, and you see how it's kind of glossy when I move the stick around. Do you see that? So there's a little bit more creaminess and a little bit more of a kind of dewy finish in the blush than the actual bronzer, which I personally like that. But the dewiness is not glitter, it's not shimmer, it's not any microfine, anything. It's just a classic kind of creamy, very kind of dewy finish blush. So I'm going to go back into that 93 and just kind of tap my brush over the actual product itself. And then I'm just going to start tapping this. I feel like I picked up quite a bit. This is very pigmented, but it's also really, really pretty. And I'm going to go over the nose. I still like that look, even though we're in winter. That sort of fake sunburnt look. This shade is actually pretty perfect for doing that because of the tone. It has that kind of warm undertone to it. And then I typically like to wipe off my brush and then go right across the forehead. Again, this is just going back to that sort of sunburnt look. I like doing that. I have not prepped my lids with primer, but if I'd done that already, I would have taken some of this, whatever was left, swipe it over my lids, and called it a day for a quick everyday makeup look. This color is beautiful, and that blended out so seamlessly. Like, no effort needed. Yay, love that so much. I'm going to go in with a Nikki LaRose N14 brush. This is also part of the collab with BK Beauty, and I'm going to kind of dust away a little bit of that excess powder from the bake that we did earlier. I kind of forgot to do that before my cream blush, but you know what? It's fine. No big deal. The makeup police is not going to come for me, so I'm just going to use this brush, which is perfect. Look at the shape of that. For setting, for anything really. I want to do a little bit of a layering technique with some powders over these creams to ensure that they stay on for me the rest of the day. So what I'm going to do is use my Makeup by Mario powder bronzer in the light medium shade, which this is a favorite of mine. I've been reaching for this so much. I included this, I believe it was my recommendations video. And then for blush, I'm going to use one of the Kosas baked blushes, the Blushes Life Formula in the shade Bliss. These are minis, also part of that recommendation video. I bought these before the sale started. It's a set of 3. It still may be in stock. If it is, I would snag it. Even if it's not during the sale, since it's already over, it's 30 bucks for 3 little minis of the blush formula, and it's beautiful. That baked formula is just everything. So I'm going to do a little bit of my bronzer, and I'm going to use my Sephora 59 brush. And I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario F1 brush for the blush. And I'm just going to pat this right over the top of that cream blush. And this is going to add just a hint more color, of course, because I'm layering it over the cream. But it's also going to lock in that cream and keep it in place so it doesn't go away and disappear on me throughout the rest of the day. I am back with my eyeshadow done. I use the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette that launched a few weeks ago. This is incredibly beautiful. I went for like a cool tone, smoky type of vibe. Let me tell you, this was incredibly easy to do. So if you have not seen this palette in person or in videos, I've already done a review on it. I will talk you through what I did. I started off with this shade right here in my crease. I took this dark brown on the lower lash line, and I used that as liner on the top as well. I took this kind of cool rosy tan shade and blended out that dark color on the lower lashes. Then I went in with this gorgeous smoky glitter shade. It's like a gray gunmetal color all over the lids. In the very center, I took this light shade here, which is one of the glitter toppers. It's pretty light and icy, but it kind of has a blue shift to it. Did that right in the very center of the lid to give me a little bit more of an icy pop, and that is it. The next thing is to do some mascara, which brings me to my next product for my haul. I shared in my recommendations video that I was kind of torn between the YSL Lash Clash or the new Exagger mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. I had a sample of both. They're both really great formulas. I was leaning towards the YSL, but something about Charlotte Tilbury, I had to go for it. It's the Exagger Volume Mascara. The packaging is absolutely beautiful. This is glass. I've never had a mascara in a glass component. Like, that is just ultra chic, so luxurious. Of course, it's Charlotte Tilbury, so it comes with a pretty hefty price point. I love her products. And one of the things that I love is not just the formulas of her products, it's the packaging. It's part of the feel, at least for me. It's the whole thing. And I just cannot wait to try this mascara again. The mini was really great, but this is just the packaging. I just can't get over that. Look how beautiful this looks. Like, you want this out on your vanity. Like, that's how beautiful. It's like a piece of art with the design on the cap, the glass, that sort of hourglass shape to it. She did such a good job with this packaging. The brush wand is curved, so it's going to hug the shape of your eye really nicely, and it has a very full bristle brush to grab every single lash. It's a nice, really rich, dark black formula. So I'm just going to go with 2 coats on the top and 1 coat at the bottom. While the mascara was drying, I went ahead and added a little bit of highlights, and I pulled from my drawer the Haus Labs highlighter. This is the Bio Radiant Gel Highlighter in Peach Quartz. So I used a little bit of that for that glow that you're seeing there. I also took it down the nose, the tip of the nose, and the brow bone as well. Love this formula. I like how it kind of melts into the skin and you don't really see where it starts and ends. And the kind of formula itself, I think it's because it's a gel-based formula that it kind of just melts into the skin, and it's really, really beautiful, especially that peach quartz. You see that? And finally, we get to try some of the lip products that I ordered during the sale. I try to kind of keep myself in line and not overdo it. So I bought 1 lip gloss and I only purchased 1 lip liner. Believe it or not, I had several in my car and I took them all out and I just kept 1. So I picked the Kosas Hotliner, and this is the hyaluronic acid contouring lip liner, and the shade that I purchased was Mega, which is a cool pink shade. I have been loving the cool pink vibes. I've been living in my cool pink lip era, and the glitter eyes, I'm here for it. So I picked up the Mega shade, and what I like about this lip liner is that it has a built-in brush, so you can feather out the line and kind of soften it, give that blurred effect, but it also comes with a sharpener, so yay for that. Love that so much. And I have 2 additional lip products. So the other product is the Fenty, and I forget what these are called, the High Shine Gloss Stick. Whoa, that is so small, the writing, in Blaz'd. I have wanted this for so long that I finally just went ahead and purchased it recently because I need this in my life. I love the Fenty gloss formula, but this is a beautiful kind of beigey pink nude type of shade that will be great to mix in with some other products, center of the lip, or to use with some darker, deeper lip liners to soften it and make those tones a little bit more wearable for me personally, since I don't do a lot of dark lip colors. And then I bought a plumping gloss from the Sephora collection. The Sephora collection during the sale is 30% off for all tiers. So I only picked 1, and this is the Outrageous Plump Effect in Universal Volume, which is, it looks like it's pink, but it's going to be clear. Let's go ahead and start off with that Mega lip liner from Kosas. And seriously, that is like my lips, but better. It's like the perfect everyday. I'm just so thrilled. I love lip liners with these tones because I can use them with any lip look, any combination of products, any eye look, because it's my lips but better. Like, look at that. And let's use that lip liner on the opposite end to feather this out and clean this up a little bit. And I always enjoy when brands include a brush. I think it's so handy. It's so handy, especially if you're like me and you want to cheat the shape of your lips and kind of make them look fuller and kind of go outside just a little bit of your lip line. Using a lip brush is one of those tricks where it softens the line and it looks like it's your actual lips and it's not as obvious, especially when you use shades that match your lip color. You can go around the edge and just kind of pull it a little bit out of the lip line. And it instantly fills those lips and makes them look a little bit fuller and bigger without actually needing to have fuller lips, without getting lip filler and injections. It's a nice, cool little trick that I like to do. So now I'm going to try this and see how this works with this lip liner. Actually, let me go back to that lip liner first and fill in the sides a little bit. And it has the FB for Fenty Beauty kind of embossed on the top of the lipstick bullet. I have wanted this color for so long and I cannot wait. Oh yeah, yeah. This is it. Fenty, just take all my money right now. Look at this. This is amazing. And that formula, that glossy kind of balmy look with that pigment, like a lipstick, but the gloss and the feel of a buttery kind of lip formula. Yes. And that, I swear, is the most perfect cool tone nude pink lip that is nude, but not concealer, wash me out, I look dead nude. Not too pink where it's just too much and over the top. It's absolute perfection. These two are going to be like my new go-tos. I'm going to be wearing this so much. I am so happy about that. I love those two together. And I kind of don't want to mess up this lip combo by putting on a plumper that could potentially be a little bit more stingy, more burn. Like, I'm not sure, this could just be minty and cooling, or this could actually burn and I may end up having to wipe this off. So I'm going to reserve this and try this out. I'll put in the wear notes and let you guys know how that turned out if I tried it before posting the video. If not, we'll use that in a separate video, because honestly, this is just clear. It's not like it's a fun color. It's not like it's sparkly or anything like that. It's going to look clear. It's going to have the same tone that you see now. I just don't want to have to take this off if this burns. So I'm going to just play it safe and put that off to the side for another day. And this is the final look with all of the products that I purchased during the Sephora sale. What do you think? I am so here for this lip combo. This makes me incredibly happy. And this lip combination with that cool smoky gray look on the eyes with the sparkle and that kind of cool pink shade on the cheek. I'm here for it. I love it all. So the other thing that I am going to plug in that is not a makeup item is actually a fragrance. It's the minis for the Ariana Grande Perfume, the Cloud and then Pink Cloud. The reviews on these were so positive and people really enjoyed the freshness and the fruitiness of these types of fragrances. And they compared it to a very popular fragrance, the Baccarat Rouge fragrance, especially this Cloud one, specifically the blue one. And that fragrance, the Baccarat, is what, $300, maybe $500 for a full size, which I'm not spending that on a fragrance. So I thought if I could get pretty close to something that seems very popular, everybody's talking about it, and just kind of try it out, then I would go the more affordable route. I like high-end perfumes. I have tons of them and I love them. I definitely spend quite a bit on fragrance, but I just did not go for the full size in these because I didn't know if I was going to like them. They're very sweet, very fruity. So these are that gourmand type of fragrance. The Cloud one, the blue one, if you're not familiar, it's very sweet, very vanilla. It has marshmallow in it. When I smell it, I smell the vanilla. I get that very intense, very noticeable marshmallow scent, but a hint of musk. And I'm not the very best at describing fragrance. I remember when I worked at Ulta, it was something that we had to know the notes of the fragrance to be able to describe it. So if a client asked, what does that smell like? We would be able to say, you know, these are the top notes. This is the gourmand category of fragrance or whatever it was. So, you know, I'm kind of rusty with my descriptions, but that is very, very marshmallow, very vanilla, very sweet. This one is a little bit more intense in fragrance. You still have that kind of sweet, very subtle to me, almost like a sweet vanilla, but there is that pink dragon fruit that's in this. So I think that's what gives it that more fruity flavor. This one is just a little bit more sweet, marshmallow, vanilla, kind of candy. This is more kind of fruity, like an actual fruit, with that kind of subtle like hint of like that musk in it. So it's a little bit, to me, a little bit deeper. Out of the two, I think I like the pink one better. I think it's just because it reminds me of my Sol de Janeiro perfume that I wear every single day, or body spray. I think it's the number 68. I don't want to say it's like sickly sweet, but I feel like this could potentially do that for me. Be a scent that is just a little too much to where it's headache inducing if I put too much on it. That's why I like these little bottles, because you take the little cap, which by the way, it's cute. It's like a little cloud. So if you have someone on your list that likes gourmand, very sweet vanilla based fragrances, this may be a good option. You take this cap off. Let me try to do this without spilling it. And it's got a little opening there, and you just kind of put it on your wrist and you do one of these numbers, and then you kind of pat it. You can also do that around your ears. It's still very sweet. So you have to like gourmand scents. You have to like those musky vanilla kind of sweet scents to really enjoy these. If you're not a gourmand fragrance lover, this is something you will not like. I like to have a combination of gourmand options in my collection. I like some kind of floral vibes. And I also do like more musky, more scents that have a little bit of a masculine kind of scent, like a cologne kind of twist to it, with like a cedarwood or a sandalwood or a bergamot. Something that has those like richer, more fragrance, like depth notes to it. Because I personally like that, with that balance of sweet and fruity. Yeah, but these are very, very sweet. So that's my 2 cents on those. I've had those for a few days to play around with, kind of gather my thoughts. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here, for watching today's video. I had so much fun playing with my products that I purchased during the sale. And I have to say before I close out this video that I am so thrilled and happy with everything. There was not one product that I purchased that I kind of regretted buying. I think that everything looks beautiful. The products on the cheeks, those colors, the tones of the eyes, of course. That lip, don't even get me started. Just buy those. If you like this lip combo, buy those products. Thank me later. It's going to be linked for you down below. Subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I post every Tuesday and every Friday. You can also follow me on Instagram. I do post there periodically. My username pops up here. You'll be the first to know there when a video gets posted and goes live on the channel. I hope you're doing well. If you shop the sale, please let me know in the comments what you purchased during the sale, what you've got your eye on. What else would you like to see here for video content? I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.